All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today is Thursday, and so that means it's time to cover the TWAB. And Bungie has unloaded an extremely meaty TWAB this time. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff to cover here. They're doing a ton of changes to a variety of different exotics that definitely needed some love. First up, they talked about these mods. I already covered a video on that if you haven't seen that. Then they go into fine tuning right here, and we go over controller sensitivity and traction. It's actually going to be doubling the sensitivity ability for a controller. Right now you can go from like 1 to 10. You'll be able to go from 1 to 20. Now I will say this, that does get a bit scary when it comes to hardware cheaters. People will plug in hardware and it'll be a mouse and keyboard like I use when I play Destiny PvP, but it has aim assist, and with that added sensitivity, people are going to be cheating more in Destiny 2, which is definitely lame. I tried to mention this before and warn Bungie, but we shall see. Hopefully the cheater epidemic doesn't get worse because of this, but I imagine it probably will, which is definitely big sad. Now they talk about super regenerating exotics. They try to keep a more uniform approach when it comes to these because some of them can definitely get out of hand. If you can remember, at one point in time, Shards of Galnar was like ridiculously OP and ridiculously good. So now they're capping at around 50% for Shards of Galnar. Same thing with like Ursa Furiosa. You can regain once your super ends at 50%. Skull of Dire Hamakara, Phoenix Protocol, Storm Dancer's Brace, and Geomags. This one's a really big one. One that's a big problem right now in the current sandbox. Removed sprint to top off your super. Perfect. This will part of the perk led to a higher uptime in PvP than was healthy and gave attunement of control warlocks and immediately renewable supply of super energy for paying for mod costs like special finisher and PvE. Yes, so that was definitely a big change. I'm happy to see that. Finally, the days of Chaos Reach and Geomags are probably over now. And then they do retunes and reworks for some other exotics. They start off with some hunter exotics, the Bombardiers. Now, previously, you just use your dodge and it drops a little bomb. It doesn't do very much damage, not very effective, not very commonly used, but now they're adding a secondary effect to that bomb. You've got blinding for arc, burn for solar, slow for stasis, and suppress for void. And unfortunately, I wish it would, but it actually doesn't suppress guardians in their super. How crazy would that be though, if a super is chasing you down and you dodge and dropped as like a suppressor grenade from that? Holy, that would be super strong and super cool, but that would actually be kind of OP though. Graviton forfeit, they're actually increasing the bonus invisibility duration, which sounds a bit scary to me. I mean, I don't want people running around invis for like 15 seconds at a time. Hopefully this doesn't get too out of hand, but you never know with Bungie and these crazy buffs sometimes. So I guess they're trying to get people off the Stompy's addiction. So maybe that will do the trick there with that Graviton forfeit. And Lucky Pants, this one's actually really crazy. This perk is going to be changed completely. Added intrinsic hand cannon holster mod, replaced previous functionality with the following. So when you ready a fully loaded hand cannon that deals kinetic damage or the damage matching your subclass energy type, for a short time, each hit against a combatant from that hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot. So you're getting increased damage of your hand cannon. That is going to be crazy. Obviously said no, Hawkmoon won't be able to one-shot a raid boss. And what is the hand cannon holster mod? They'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. And so definitely some crazy stuff. Lucky Pants are about to be probably broken next season, so look forward to that. Next up, we've got Titans. We've got Precious Scars. The helmet will now also increase a burst of healing and bonus recovery around whenever you kill an enemy with a weapon whose damage type matches your subclass. Icefall Mantle, remove the slower class ability Recharge Scalar. So some changes to the Icefall Mantle for the Titan and Precious Scars. Nothing too crazy for the Titans though, so feels bad for the Titans out there, I guess. Titans already have some really strong abilities though, so I think that's fair and that's fine by me. Warlock, we got Verity's Brow, changed to trigger when you get a weapon kill that matches your subclass energy type. Increased grenade damage bonus to 20% per stack, up from 10%. Stag grants damage reduction to allied guardians standing in your rifts, 25% against combatants, 15% against players. Prometheum Spur has add functionality. While standing in a rift, solar weapon kills give you class ability energy. Some pretty interesting changes here. Prometheum Spur will be really strong. When your class ability energy is full, solar weapon kills consume that energy and spawn a combination healing / empowering rift at the target's location. Interesting. So some pretty exciting changes for Warlocks as well. Keep your eyes open for other changes to come in the wake of these as well. And then they're going over Scavengers. binders, scavengers, and holsters. And this holster is a new thing that they're adding, a new dynamic to how weapons work. So get ready for some big changes there with that. First up, ammo finders now have an increased chance to spawn ammo with primary armor weapons and further increased chance with exotic primaries. Scavenger mods, they don't stack. You don't put 2 on anymore. You're just going to put 1 on. And holster mod is this new thing that you'll put on your leg armor, and it will gradually reload sewed weapons of the matching type over time. So it's essentially like auto-loading holster, but it's a mod that's on your boots, which I'm not sure what that's going to do for the actual perk auto-loading holster, but we'll see. But definitely some interesting changes being made to these mods, and this holster mod will be a very unique one for sure. And it says right here, the following weapon types will have holster mods: auto rifle, fusion rifle, grenade launcher, hand cannon, linear fusion rifle, machine gun, pulse rifle, scout rifle, shotgun, sidearm, submachine gun, sniper rifle, and trace rifle. Excluded is Ariana's Vow, and rocket launchers, breach loaded grenade launchers, and bows will not have holster mods because they only have a magazine of 1. Interesting stuff. So some crazy changes there. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below of all of those sandbox changes, because that is definitely crazy. And along with that, they're doing that huge nerf to Warmind cells are finally coming through, because Warmind cells are so ridiculously strong now. I'm not a big fan of nerfing things in PvE necessarily, but these definitely need to be brought in tune and in line with the rest of the game, because right now there's nothing as effective as for clearing ads as Warmind cells. So they're reducing the explosion radius from 10 to 6 meters. The damage from 200 to 400 now will be from 50 to 250. Global reach costs 3 as a mod. The radius increase goes from 20 to 10. Cellular suppression, reduce the duration of suppressing effect when using cellular suppression. Wrath of Rasputin, reduced bonus solar damage from 100 to 200. It's now 25 to 100. So some big changes, big nerfs to Warmind cells, rip Warmind cells. And now we'll see what the new PvE meta will be afterwards in its wake. Elemental wells, they're doing a few buffs to a few of thw elemental well mods. As far as I know right now, these aren't as particularly strong, but maybe with time they'll buff them enough and they'll get up there. A few changes there to those as well. And then we go on to the next part. We've got next season, they're going to be bringing out Forge's Pledge Pulse Rifle here and the Peace Bond Sidearm. Interesting. So Pulse Rifle and a sidearm coming from Iron Banner. Next season, some new stuff we haven't ever seen before in Destiny. And they're bringing this armor right here. This armor looks kind of sexy. I mean, I don't know what this is on his face, but it's pretty cool. So get some new armor. Iron Banner, the Iron Forerunner set. Cool. And we got that. And then they go over the Prime rewards, which is stuff you can get if you want to link your Twitch to your Bungie.net. You can get free rewards. You can get these emote, this ghost, Sparrow, and ship as always. And that's everything. That is the TWAB. That's everything that's happening. The big sandbox changes. Again, let me know your thoughts, what you're most excited for. It's going to be a whole new world in Destiny, that's for sure, next season. I love sandbox changes. I know people can get a bit upset or a bit, disjarred from like constant changes to things in the game, but I feel like it's important to keep things fresh, spice things up, and I definitely like seeing things get buffed, like they're buffing a few exotics for each class, Titan, Hunter, and Warlock, rather than just like nerfing the stuff that we currently use. So I'm definitely happy with the approach they went, buffing some of the things that are very rarely used, and overall excited to see what the sandbox is like with these changes when they go through. That's a wrap on this video though. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.